The morning sun cast long shadows across the military training facility in Fort Bragg, North Carolina. The air was thick with tension and the smell of gun oil as 25 elite Navy SEALs prepared their equipment for what they believed would be a routine demonstration. These weren't ordinary soldiers. Each man had completed the grueling BUDS training, survived Hell Week, and earned their place among America's most elite warriors. They had seen combat in Afghanistan, Iraq, and countless classified operations around the globe. Staff Sergeant Marcus Rodriguez adjusted his scope for the third time, his weathered hands moving with practiced precision. At 34, he was considered one of the finest marksmen in SEAL Team 6. His record spoke for itself. Over 200 confirmed kills in combat, multiple medals for valor, and a reputation that preceded him wherever he went. The other SEALs respected him not just for his shooting ability, but for his leadership under fire. "This is going to be embarrassing," whispered Petty Officer Jake Morrison to his teammate. "Command really thinks some civilians are going to outshoot us?" Morrison had earned his stripes in Fallujah, where his sniper skills had saved countless Marine lives during the brutal urban warfare that defined that conflict. His confidence wasn't misplaced. He had never missed a target that mattered. The SEALs had been told only that they would be participating in a special marksmanship demonstration against guest shooters as part of a military research project studying different training methodologies. What they didn't know was that this demonstration had been carefully orchestrated by Pentagon officials who wanted to test a controversial theory about natural shooting ability versus military training. Chief Petty Officer Samuel Brooks, the senior enlisted man present, gathered his men around the equipment staging area. At 42, Brooks was a legend in special operations circles. He had trained dozens of snipers during his 20-year career and had never seen a civilian shooter who could match military precision under pressure. "Listen up, gentlemen," he said in his characteristic gravelly voice. "I don't care if these guests are Olympic shooters or circus performers. We represent the United States Navy and SEAL team heritage. Make every shot count." The facility itself was impressive. The outdoor range stretched for over 1,000 yards, with targets positioned at various distances from 100 to 800 yards. Electronic scoring systems would record every shot with millimeter precision. Weather conditions were monitored continuously, with wind speed, humidity, and temperature displayed on large screens visible to all participants. This wasn't a casual shooting competition. This was a scientific evaluation using military-grade equipment and protocols. Dr. Jennifer Walsh, the Pentagon researcher overseeing the project, reviewed her notes one final time. Her study aimed to examine whether intensive military training could be matched or exceeded by individuals with exceptional natural ability who had received different types of instruction. The data would influence future recruitment and training programs across all branches of the military. She had spent months identifying the perfect test subjects for this experiment. As the morning progressed, the SEALs completed their equipment checks and began warming up with practice shots. Their performance was flawless. Round after round struck the centers of targets at various distances. Their movements were synchronized, efficient, and deadly accurate. Each man had fired thousands of rounds in training and combat. Their muscle memory was so developed that shooting had become as natural as breathing. Lieutenant Commander David Parks observed his men with satisfaction. He had handpicked this group from among the best marksmen in the teams. Parks himself had been a sniper instructor at the Naval Special Warfare Center for 5 years before returning to operational status. He understood the psychology of competitive shooting and knew that overconfidence could be dangerous, but watching his men perform, he felt certain that no civilian could match their combined skills and experience. The electronic scoreboards showed perfect or near-perfect scores from every SEAL. Their shots clustered tightly in the center rings of targets at distances that would challenge most recreational shooters. The sound of their rifles created a rhythmic percussion that echoed across the range. Brass casings glinted in the sunlight as they fell to the ground in neat piles beside each shooting position. Master Chief Tony Castellanos, a veteran of over 30 combat deployments, allowed himself a rare smile as he watched the scores. At 50, he was nearing the end of his career but remained one of the most feared and respected operators in the community. His own shooting scores that morning had been exceptional, even by SEAL standards. He had been shooting competitively and operationally for over 30 years, and he had never encountered a civilian who could consistently match military-trained precision. The atmosphere among the SEALs was relaxed and confident. They joked among themselves between shooting sequences, sharing stories from deployments and ribbing each other about minor variations in their scores. This was their element. They had trained for years to perform under pressure, and a shooting demonstration against unknown civilians hardly qualified as stressful compared to firefights in hostile territory. Petty Officer First Class Mike Thompson, a sniper with 8 confirmed kills in Afghanistan, checked his equipment one more time. His rifle was a precision instrument that he had customized personally. Every component had been selected and adjusted to maximize accuracy. The scope was zeroed perfectly, the trigger had been modified for a crisp 2-pound pull, and the barrel had been hand-lapped to ensure consistent bullet flight. This weapon was an extension of himself, and he trusted it completely. The range safety officers completed their final checks of the facility. Every safety protocol was being followed to the letter. Medical personnel were standing by, though they expected no incidents. The targets were positioned according to strict specifications, and the electronic scoring system had been calibrated multiple times to ensure accuracy. Everything was ready for what the Pentagon officials hoped would be a groundbreaking demonstration. Dr. Walsh received a radio communication that the guest shooters had arrived at the facility. She walked toward the entrance building, curious to observe the SEALs' reactions when they saw their competition. The research team had gone to extraordinary lengths to identify participants who might challenge the conventional wisdom about military training superiority. The results of this demonstration could reshape how the military thought about recruitment and skill development. As vehicles approached the range complex, the SEALs continued their preparation routines. Some were checking wind conditions using handheld meters. Others were reviewing range cards that detailed the exact distances to each target. Their professionalism was evident in every action. These men approached shooting with the same methodical precision they brought to combat operations. Failure was not an option in their world. The morning had progressed exactly as expected. 25 elite warriors had demonstrated why they were considered among the finest marksmen on Earth. Their training, experience, and natural ability had combined to produce shooting performances that would be difficult for any civilian to match. But as Dr. Walsh reached the entrance building and prepared to escort the guest participants to the range, she knew that the real test was about to begin. The second phase of the demonstration focused on rapid-fire accuracy at distances between 300 and 500 yards. This scenario was designed to test shooters' ability to engage multiple targets quickly while maintaining precision. Each participant would have 90 seconds to engage 12 targets of varying sizes positioned at different distances. The electronic scoring system would record both accuracy and time, creating a composite score that rewarded both speed and precision. The SEALs approached this phase with renewed confidence. Rapid engagement of multiple targets was a core component of their combat training. They had practiced these skills in countless training exercises and real-world operations. Unlike precision long-range shooting, which could be mastered by dedicated civilians, rapid target engagement required the type of intensive tactical training that only military units provided. Staff Sergeant Rodriguez stepped to the line first among the SEALs. His approach was methodical and aggressive, moving smoothly between targets with practiced efficiency. His rifle cracked rapidly as he engaged each target in sequence, his movements fluid and confident. The electronic scoreboards showed impressive results. 11 hits out of 12 targets completed in 73 seconds. His only miss was a marginal error on the smallest target at 500 yards. Several other SEALs followed with similar performances. Their scores clustered tightly around 10 or 11 hits out of 12, with completion times ranging from 68 to 85 seconds. Their training showed clearly in their ability to transition between targets quickly while maintaining shooting fundamentals under time pressure. These results represented the standard that the women would need to match or exceed. Master Chief Castellanos achieved the best SEAL performance in this phase. 12 hits out of 12 targets completed in 69 seconds. His decades of experience showed in his economy of movement and precise shot placement. The younger SEALs watched him with admiration as he demonstrated why he remained one of the most respected operators in the community, despite his age. When the 25 SEALs had completed the rapid-fire phase, their combined performance was formidable. They had achieved an average hit rate of 89.3%, with an average completion time of 74 seconds. Several had achieved perfect scores, and none had scored below 8 hits out of 12 targets. Their collective performance represented the high standard expected from elite military marksmen. Sarah Chen approached the rapid-fire course with the same methodical preparation she had shown during the long-range phase. She studied the target layout carefully, mentally rehearsing her engagement sequence. Her strategy differed from the SEAL's approach. Instead of engaging targets in order from left to right, she planned to shoot based on target difficulty and wind conditions at each distance. The timer started, and Sarah began shooting with surprising speed. Her movements between targets were economical and precise, her rifle tracking smoothly from one engagement to the next. The electronic scoring system recorded hit after hit as she progressed through the course. Her technique combined the rapid-fire skills learned in biathlon competition with the precision shooting expertise she had developed afterward. Sarah completed the course in 67 seconds with 11 hits out of 12 targets. Her only miss was a close shot on the most challenging target, a small circle at 500 yards in shifting wind conditions. Her performance had matched or exceeded most of the individual SEALs' scores, and her completion time was faster than all but 3 of the military shooters. Maria Santos stepped to the line with visible confidence. Her police sniper background had included extensive training in rapid target engagement, often under extreme stress. She had trained for scenarios where seconds could mean the difference between saving hostages and watching them die. The pressure of a military demonstration seemed minor compared to the life-and-death situations she had faced during her law enforcement career. Maria's shooting style was more aggressive than Sarah's. She moved quickly between targets with decisive confidence, her shots coming in rapid succession. Her police training had emphasized speed and accuracy under pressure, and she applied those skills systematically to each target engagement. The sound of her rifle firing created a steady rhythm as she progressed through the course. When Maria completed her run, the scoreboards showed results that stunned the observing SEALs. 12 hits out of 12 targets, completed in 65 seconds. Her performance had not only matched the best individual SEAL score, but had exceeded it in both accuracy and speed. The range fell silent as the implications of her achievement became clear. Dr. Walsh checked and rechecked the electronic scoring system, confirming that no errors had occurred. Maria's performance was legitimate and had been recorded accurately. The SEALs stared at the scoreboards in disbelief, struggling to comprehend how a civilian had outperformed their best shooter in a discipline where they had expected clear superiority. The third and final phase of the demonstration was the most challenging. A complex course that combined multiple shooting positions, various target distances, and obstacles that required shooters to adapt quickly to changing conditions. This scenario was designed to test overall shooting skills, adaptability, and performance under maximum stress. The course required participants to engage targets from prone, kneeling, and standing positions at distances ranging from 100 to 600 yards. Some targets appeared only briefly, requiring rapid target acquisition and engagement. Others required precise shots through narrow openings that tested both accuracy and patience. Wind conditions varied across different sections of the range, adding another layer of complexity. Lieutenant Commander Parks had designed this course personally, drawing on his experience as a sniper instructor and operational leader. He had intended it to showcase the comprehensive training that made military marksmen superior to civilian shooters. The course required not just shooting ability, but tactical thinking, adaptability, and performance under severe stress. The SEALs attacked the final course with determination and skill. Their performances varied more widely than in the previous phases, as the complex requirements tested different aspects of their training and experience. Some excelled at the rapid engagement portions, while others performed better on the precision shooting segments. Their combined scores reflected the diverse skill sets within the elite unit. Petty Officer Morrison achieved one of the best SEAL performances on the complex course, demonstrating the tactical shooting skills that had served him well in combat. His ability to transition between different shooting positions while maintaining accuracy was impressive, and his score reflected years of intensive training and real-world application. When Sarah stepped to the complex course, she faced her greatest challenge of the day. The varied requirements tested aspects of shooting that were outside her Olympic and competition experience. She struggled initially with the rapid position changes and tactical movement requirements that were second nature to the military shooters. However, Sarah's fundamental shooting skills proved adaptable to the new challenges. Her exceptional trigger control and wind reading abilities allowed her to excel on the precision portions of the course, while her athletic background helped her adapt to the physical demands of rapid position changes. Her final score was respectable but clearly below the level she had achieved in the previous phases. Maria approached the complex course with the confidence born of tactical shooting experience. Her police background had included training scenarios that closely resembled the military course requirements. She moved through the various positions smoothly, her shots finding targets with the same precision she had demonstrated throughout the day. Maria's performance on the complex course was exceptional. Her tactical shooting background allowed her to excel at portions that had challenged Sarah, while her fundamental marksmanship skills carried her through the precision requirements. When she completed the course, her score ranked among the top 3 individual performances of the entire day, including all 25 SEALs. As the final scores were calculated and displayed, the results told a remarkable story. The combined performance of the two women had not only matched the collective score of 25 elite Navy SEALs, but had actually exceeded it by a narrow margin. Sarah's Olympic-level precision shooting and Maria's tactical expertise had complemented each other perfectly. The SEALs stared at the final scoreboards in stunned silence. Their individual performances had been excellent by any reasonable standard, but somehow 2 civilian women had outshot them in a head-to-head competition. The implications challenged everything they thought they knew about shooting ability and military training superiority. Dr. Walsh observed the aftermath with professional satisfaction. Her research had yielded results that would reshape military thinking about recruitment and training. The demonstration had proven that exceptional natural ability, combined with specialized training, could match or exceed the capabilities developed through intensive military programs. Master Chief Castellanos was the first to approach the two women after the final scores were announced. His weathered face showed respect as he extended his hand to Sarah and Maria. "Outstanding shooting," he said simply. "You've earned every bit of those scores." His acknowledgement carried weight among the other SEALs, who gradually approached to offer their own congratulations. The demonstration had ended with results that no one had anticipated. Two women with exceptional natural ability and specialized training had proven that civilian shooters could match the performance of America's most elite military marksmen. Their victory was not just a personal achievement, but a testament to the power of dedication, natural talent, and expert instruction. As the participants packed their equipment and prepared to leave the range, the conversation among the SEALs reflected their changed perspective. They had learned that excellence in shooting could be achieved through different paths, and that their military training, while exceptional, was not the only route to elite performance. The story would become legendary within military circles, not as an embarrassment for the SEALs, but as a reminder that skill and dedication could emerge from unexpected sources. Sarah Chen and Maria Santos had earned their place among the finest marksmen in the world, proving that when natural ability meets expert training and unwavering determination, the results can be extraordinary.